Hey everyone, it's Colin. Look, I'm sporting my Maryland mask. Why the hell am I wearing this thing anyway? I've got to pull this thing down. I had to go in there and use the facilities. So that is why I have it on. So today, I got a wild hair. I decided that, you know what? I'm going to go ride. And I want to go visit some areas to go see the fall foliage. This isn't one of them. This is a rest stop. But about 2.5 hours from me are the the Shenandoah Mountains. So I might hit Blue Ridge Parkway, might hit Skyline Drive. If you guys don't know this about me, I am a scenic rider. I enjoy taking my time and checking out the views. So that is what I'm doing today. I just got a wild hair and said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. This is the Harry Nice Bridge. Imagine having that name with you. At least it's better than Harry Palms. Now I've got to figure this out. To this day, I do not like putting this on my bike, so I carry it in my pocket, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm sure there's an easier way I can mount this on the bike without anybody seeing it. Now let's see if this works. I always hold up my Easy Pass as I go through here, and hopefully it takes. We'll know in a second. Whatever. Hopefully it worked. I don't know where the hell I am. I know I'm about 30-40 miles outside a town called Fredericksburg, and I'm heading towards Warrenton, and I'm only about 40 miles to my destination. And I had to stop at Sheetz, get me some coffee, throw down a Snickers bar real quick. What a day though. Not a cloud in the sky, right? I'm only around 25 miles to get to my destination of Skyline Drive, and I'm using Google Maps. The Harley GPS, it blows. So I stick it to Google Maps, but when I plugged it in from where I was just my last stop, it gave me like 4 different routes, almost the same identical time on all 4 routes. I just picked one. So it took me down here, and I love these type of roads. It's kind of a crapshoot which one you hit, but it's like taking me through this really obscure back road. A lot of twisties, a lot of wineries, a lot of farmland, a lot of horses. You could smell it. We just passed a little town back there, and it's about a 3-mile ride of roads just like this. Lots of twisties going up towards Skyline Drive. Views are magnificent. This is why I ride. This is exactly why I ride. All right, I am coming up here. I think I need to make a right. Skyline Drive to the right. Looks like I'm going this way. Hopefully this is the right one. Guess I'll know in a second when I pull off. Oh, I gotta get a picture like that, but there's no place to pull over. Thornton Gap entrance. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I thought there'd be a long wait. This is nothing. I should pull over. Get my wallet out. Forgot to put it on me. It's in the saddlebag. Let's see here. Pick one. Behind the Mercedes or the Ford. 17th and I. You're at E350. I believe this is a 100-mile. Now, I'm coming in on a different one. I know there's an entrance up by Front Royal, Virginia. I think there's 3 or 4 different entrances to get into this. And I am by the Thornton Gap entrance is how I'm coming in. Again, that's right by Luray Caverns, about 10 miles out. So once we get past this little checkpoint here, and again, there's only 7 cars in front of me, so it's not too terribly hot outside. It's actually beautiful. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this day. I'll see you guys inside. Hello. Good. Was it 25? There's 20. There's another 20. She's set to go south. So we're on Skyline Drive. You go north, it says Elk Wallow, Matthews Arm, Dickey Ridge. Dickey Ridge. And then Front Royal, that's the one I was telling you about earlier. It's out by, I don't know how far it is from here. I'm going south, because she said there's more riding south. I'm too old to climb rocks. as I was walking up here, I like tripped twice. Poor lady over here is like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." Got my embarrassing moment out of the way. Wow, isn't that nice? Check out that valley out there. So I think I'll just sit here and climb some rocks for a while. Act like I'm 10 again. Freaking beautiful, man. The posted speed limit throughout the park, 35 miles per hour. Can you handle that? Yeah, that's where I've been hitting. I'm probably around 40 to 45. And I'm in no hurry again. But like today, it actually hasn't been that bad with traffic. Now at that last stop, I ran into a gentleman, a fellow rider, and he actually rode up with his wife today in a car. But he said he was out here last weekend with a group of probably 6 riders. And he said the traffic was horrible. It was like bumper to bumper. So today it hasn't been that bad. I mean, there are a lot of cars out on the road today. As you can see, we're passing several. But I've been lucky so far. I've only been on this route for about 10 miles. And, you know, I'm behind this CRV, but I just came upon this person. It isn't bad at all. Oh, wow. Just look at that. Coming into that valley right there. Isn't that amazing? Dig that, man. Outstanding. Oh, no, I'm not going to stop. I don't want to stop again. That'd be my 3rd one in like 10 miles if I stop. I'm never going to get off this thing. I'll be on this thing till like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, "Hey, honey, maybe I'll just get a hotel tonight. End up staying over." Why? Well, because I stopped at every damn overlook. I couldn't control myself. I believe the Blue Ridge Parkway is only about 45 miles south of here. And one thing I will tell you, at the Blue Ridge, I've noticed there was a lot more sweepers. A lot more big, giant sweeps back and forth. Whereas this one's a little bit tighter. So a little bit more twisty on Skyline. I mean, not horrible or anything. It's not like the friggin' Dragon or anything where you're back and forth. But definitely tighter than the Blue Ridge. Wow, we're coming up to some stellar views. Look at that. You look to your right. That's awesome right there. So you understand I have a problem. Stopped again. Right off the side of the road. I saw these 3 vehicles. They looked like they needed help. So, they didn't. So I ended up taking some views in. Got a couple towns down there. Man, this is nice. Ooh, that sun's bright. Onward. If you guys have never been on this road, I would highly recommend it. Yes, there's a cost to it. So where I came in, I believe it's 35 miles to the end. So if you think about it, it's $25. So do the math. What is that, about 80 cents a mile? I think it's worth it. I mean, the scenery is outstanding. I mean, look at that right there. That's just beautiful. All right, I want you guys to ignore everything I said about mileage, because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I pulled over into this nice little visitor center.
Turn left.
My GPS is talking to me. Hold on one second, please. No, I'm not going to turn left. I'm going to turn right. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Well, that's exactly the problem. I was depending on Google Maps. So here the whole time, I was thinking that we had, like, when I came over at that Thornton Gap entrance. And of course, I would never look at a map. I'm a typical guy. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's around 35 miles to Charlottesville.
Turn right.
So I get on thinking it's 35 miles. So that whole entire equation I was going earlier about all the math, about being like 80 cents a mile or whatever for the $25. Just ignore all that.
Turn right.
Let's just say that from Thornton Gap, it's 75 miles or 80 miles.
Right.
And so I'm a little off by like 40 or 45 miles. So saying that, right now I have about 60 miles, 65 mile rough kiss before I get to maybe a little bit less, till I get to Charlottesville or I get to end of Skyline Drive. So the entire Skyline Drive is 105 miles. We got that straight. So all my stupid math earlier, ignore everything. So the good news is I went in there and I actually got a map and found out where I was, and I'm like, it's amazing what happens when you actually read directions. So I've made my decision. I got off at this stop called Swift Run Gap, and that's about 30 miles north of the ending point. So what I'm going to do is, and the reason I pulled off a little early, because the sun's going to go down in about an hour, and I don't want to get stuck behind someone and start being in the dark out here, because there's not a lot of lights out here. In fact, there's none. So I'm going to get off here, go about 5-10 miles, find a place, And then tomorrow I'm going to plan on doing probably either 70 out of the 105, maybe start from here or go down south. Start in Charlottesville, haven't decided yet. But guys, thanks for taking the time to watch today. Now get out there and ride, especially if you can do this, man. What a day. What a freaking outstanding day. And the leaves, wow. Second to none. Be well. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Are you ready, buddy? Are you ready? Hotel time, food time, nap time, coffee time. Oh, look, cell service. That's good news.